Hello, my friends. Gather around. Hope begins in the dark. But you see, there is a candle, so never fear. I'm still down at the corner. It's Roxy. I'm gathering you together a couple minutes ahead so you can. I'm letting you know we're almost at the corner. So gather yourselves together. We're having a conversation today with Sara, and the conversation is going to be very, very beneficial to you. So gather yourself together wherever you are and let's meet down at the corner.
Where the air is clear and the sun shines bright and the colors are vivid and the groove is just right. That's the magical corner of peace, love and good vibes. Where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive. Peace, love and good vibes are all you need. That frequency is right for me. So come along and soon you'll see the corner where cool vibes are free.
You'll know when you get there, no doubt in your mind. The feeling of freedom, let go and unwind. So we'll meet at the corner of peace, love and good vibes. Where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive.
Peace, love and good vibes are all you need. That frequency is right for me. So come along and soon you'll see the corner where cool vibes are free.
Hello, folks. Have you gotten into your little cars and jimmied on down? Are you down at the corner where the good vibes flow? Well, hurry up. We can't wait here for you so long. Get down to the corner. See, it's wherever the purple light is shining. You see the purple light there? Once you get to this corner, you'll start to feel the purple, the purple, the purple, the purple, the purple. Ah, yes. Thank you, Holly. Because we want it to flow into your heart and let the purple flow into your soul. Be cleansed with the purple. Colors have meanings, you know. So why not be purplicious, purple lovely? It's wonderful. So today is the day after yesterday where we celebrated our 4th anniversary, March 11th, 2024. Now we're on 25. And we started Days of Wonder again, 12 Days of Wonder. So I'm going to play it. You can tell me what comes after day 1, where your heart skipped a beat, where you said, oh, it's 2024. It's 4 days. Oh my goodness. We blew bubbles. It was so exciting. Now it's 2025. I mean, it's the 25th. Let's see what happens on 25 and the second day of wonder. Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens on the second day of wonder.
Christmas isn't over when the lights go low. It's the fire in your spirit continuing to glow. Joy keeps on growing. The world is made new. 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you.
On the first day, I felt my heart skip a beat. On the second day, silence a story complete. On the third day, a new thought is being set free. And the fourth day brings winds of new destiny. Christmas isn't over when the lights go low. It's the fire in your spirit continuing to glow. Joy keeps on growing. The world is made new. 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you.
Day 5, quiet moments held deep inside. And on the 6th day, new sounds and new sights. 7 songs rise up in the quiet of night. Then on the 8th, that's when wishes take flight.
Day 9 held a promise in quiet disguise. Day 10 gifts of giving, full of surprise. Day 11 paused time, still quiet and true. And the 12th day a secret for me and for you. So let's go beyond seasons, beyond doubt, beyond fear, and take Christmas with us into the new year. Let every day be anew, where love walks inside, and the world then walks through. Christmas isn't over when the lights go low. It's a fire in your spirit, continuing to glow. Joy keeps on growing, and the world is made new. 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you. Yes, 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you.
Did you catch what day 2 is? A story complete. And today we have the honor and the privilege of having a wonderful storyteller telling her story today. This is Sara from the United Kingdom, from London, and she spent time with me telling her story. And it's there for us today for us to share. She's a psychic, she's an amazing healer, she's an amazing person. You get to meet her and hear her story. And I want you to stay till the end because unexpectedly, I didn't mean for this to happen, but the after end cut, and when we were supposed to cut, is actually still there. So you get to hear the after. And in the after, it's almost more, it's better, it's in a way more refreshing. Even you get to have more secrets, more. It's really good. I was surprised. So I didn't bother to tell Caleb to actually edit it because it wasn't his fault, it was my fault. And then I thought, well, maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. Because you need to hear behind the scenes what it's really like to be this persons that we are and what we really want to see happen and what the potential is of all of us coming together in this way. Because it's not planned, it's the way that the creators of all of us want us to come together at this time. As you come together, as Holly's saying from the comments, your soul will start to feel refreshed. And my soul is starting to feel refreshed because right before I came on here, I was so tired. And just being here and talking and sharing, I'm feeling refreshed. And I pass that refreshment to you. So remember that we're going to stay focused, we're going to listen, we're going to absorb these ideas that come forward to us. It may come from a different space than you've ever heard it. It may come from a different set of thoughts than you've ever thought. But try, listen, and then if you have questions, put it in the comments. That's what it's for. Okay? I'm Roxy. Did I introduce myself? I'm Roxy. This is the Forever Free TV.com podcast called Something Meet Me Down at the Corner. And obviously, you've met me down at the corner. We've gone through, we've talked. You may not understand everything that I'm saying. Stick around. Today is day 2 as we're moving through our celebration of our 4th anniversary, heading towards, guess what? The resurrection of Christ. We celebrated in the Western world. This is a very exciting period of time for change and renewal. So I'm just making sure you remember that you will join me today. I'm coming down to the corner every day at noon. Day 3 is tomorrow. And I'm going to be exploring foreverfreemedia.com and talking to you, showing you what it would mean to become part of this community, part of these creators that you're going to be coming that are coming available that you're meeting right now. Okay? You got it? So let's welcome Sara. I know wherever you are, you're clapping. doing some whistles, which I can't do because I don't know, I can't whistle, but I can clap and share. Thank you, Sara, for sharing your story. And I thank you already in advance for being listeners that will go walk through the story. If you need me, you can contact me at Roxanne, Roxanne, at foreverfreemedia.com. Or my phone number is 604, not my personal phone number, my business phone number, 604 612 6408. Thank you, Pastor Steve. Gloria said she's watching. So that's that we can start because Gloria is watching. Okay? So I will stop back at the end to see if you have absorbed everything. So I want you to enjoy with me, Sara, and she's talking. So from her organization is SR. Or maybe mix forgetting something. SRG Soul Guidance. And that's what we need, isn't it? More soul guidance. As she begins to do this today, you'll be getting to know her. Share the video, share the video. She already has about 7 lessons that she has created, 7 talks, podcasts. They're available on YouTube right now. And we're going to be pulling all of those into Forever Free TV. And she'll have her own channel there where you begin to get to know her and get to understand what she's saying. And as we get the the um the the community together, we're going to have her group where she'll be able to talk more clearly with you what she's doing and so on like that. This is a very exciting time. If there are any other creators as you're listening to me, we want every kind, young, old, different kinds of topics, different kinds of ideas. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It can be whatever is stirring in your head. This is the moment. And there's going to be funding and monetization. Just come on. Let's get going. Okay? So let's tune in. This is our day to listen to the story of Sara. Okay, now let me move on into the right spot. Are you ready? Let's go.
In the dark, as light breaks through, a tiny spark.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. We are so happy to be here today because I have with me, I'm Roxy, and I'm coming to you from Hope Begins in the Dark. And today I have a special guest all the way from the UK, London. It is Sara Randall Gray. Hello, Sara.
Hi, Roxy. Hi.
Yes, I'm so
Lovely to
pleased that
be here.
I'm so pleased that you could join me today. And also is joining the Forever Free TV family.
Yes, so excited for that. Really am excited for that.
And she has a new show coming up. And what are you calling it again? Just tell
Sunward
us.
Ascension.
Onward Soul
Uh,
Ascension, right?
Sunward Ascension.
Sunward Ascension. That's the
Yeah.
name of the topics that she's using. She's going to be sharing on very soon. Sunward Ascension. And that's coming up for the month of March. Okay, so we are just welcoming her today and just letting her tell you something about herself because you're going to be learning from her. You're going to be understanding who she is, her background. She comes from a world of understanding the spiritual through psychic, through mediumship. through the tarot energy readings. I'm going to learn a lot today. So it's going to be an exciting time because we get to explore the spiritual, we expect to explore the soul. And as everyone comes together, as Sarah's coming together with us, you're going to get to learn and understand some of the experience she's had. Maybe she can share some of that with us today, where she's coming from. Why does she think she's an expert? I don't know. Let her tell us, okay? So Sarah, welcome. Enjoy yourself and share from your heart. Who really are you, Sarah?
Who am I? Well, I
Yeah.
think it's an ongoing process, isn't it? Learning who you are.
Mhm.
Um, I I I grew up in the southeast of England, in a small town, and I never really felt that I fitted in there. I felt very out of place. I found it a very harsh environment. I was a very sensitive child, very sensitive soul,
Mhm.
and I was constantly trying to I felt I had to work hard to have people like me or entertain me. I mean, that said, I found relationships easy, and I had good relationships with friends, and I was quite a social child. But I'd encountered a few bumps along the way. I'd gone at the age of 1. I went from my mother and father. They separated, and I went to live with my
Okay.
grandmother.
Okay. Mhm.
So at that age, it was quite a major change.
Yeah.
So although I don't have any specific memories of that time, I know that later in life I did reflect on it and remember I had like almost like a hidden memory of sorrow from that time that
Mhm.
I didn't really explore until I was sort of in my early 20s.
Right.
Um, but yeah, being very sensitive, I did find it quite difficult
Mhm.
growing up in a harsher environment. And then when I was 24,
Mhm.
24, it's 24, um, my grandmother died. Now, when I was 10, my grandfather died. And so when he died, my grandmother was left as a single parent, which was tough. Me and my elder sister. And I don't think she ever really recovered from losing him. They were very
Okay.
close. So
Mhm.
that was tough. Um, and then when I was 24, she died. She had a heart attack and died.
Oh
And
dear.
that for me was devastating.
Yeah.
Devastating. Um, it was like an atomic bomb going off in my world. In
Yeah.
fact, I had a lot of dreams about atomic bombs, and it was devastating. It took a long time to recover, but weirdly, in that time, she'd always been very spiritual.
Mhm.
We'd been brought up as Christians. We had gone to church and Sunday school. I think that's probably when my granddad died. That's probably when all of that stopped.
Mhm.
Probably for her unable to really get out and do stuff because she was quite depressed for the remainder of her life, which was 14 years. She went on without him,
Mhm.
and so when she died, that was incredibly difficult for me. And but what I did find was a renewed interest in the spiritual. And she'd often told me about little ghost stories, and visitations that she'd had. She had a visitation from her mother, sorry, her grandmother when her mother was going to die. So it prepared me for what was to come. But I always felt like I was looking. I was like, when am I going to experience this? When am I going to? It felt like I knew it was going to happen, but I
Okay.
didn't know when. When is I was always looking. And then when she passed, it was a spiritually transformative experience for me. And I opened up to I started to sort of seek her contact in a way. So I would go to tarot readings and psychic mediums, and she always came through, always came through. And
Okay.
a stranger would name her name, as so I was confident that I was getting a contact from her because of the details that were being revealed. So that there was never any doubt. Someone as a complete stranger said, I've got your grandmother here, described her, and this is her name. So that was a comfort. And I think when you lose someone, it's always a comfort to think that they are still around, they're still around you, they still can see what you're doing with your life. I think that is can be a very comforting thing for people. But I'd never really heard anything myself until I was at a friend's wedding, and they were doing their vows, and I'd gone through a time of sort of a bit of an atheist period in my life where I just thought, well, I don't think this is, I don't think I knew there was a spiritual realm, but I wasn't convinced that there was a God, or the structures that I'd been taught were in fact real. So
Right.
they were doing their vows, and in a church, and I was like, well, it's in my head, this is a load of nonsense anyway. And her voice, loud as it could be, like she was stood next to me, in my head, no, it's not. I was stunned. That was my nan's voice in my head telling me, real time,
Yeah.
intelligent, response to my own thought. And I was, yeah, it was that was it for me. I was like, oh my God. So it really blew me away.
Yeah.
And that was the start of it. And then it started to be, I would go out, I would meet people. It was a young, mid-20s, going out, going to the pub, going to clubs, chatting to people, having a nice time. And I would start getting others coming in. Oh, it's grandpa. Tell his grandpa. Tell grandpa. Tell them grandpa likes to tell jokes. He's, blah blah blah. So I would just end
So
up speak.
just in your head, or like
Yes.
how
So
how
it's
does
not.
it
It's
come?
So I have heard things externally, like someone standing there and speaking, or a noise, or a breath or something. I've heard that. But generally, my communication with spirit it comes through as like a thought frequency, but I
Okay.
know that I haven't thought it.
That's
So
not
it's
your
like,
thought.
where's that come from? So yeah, it's so it's like a thought in, and I think that's a lot of people receive messages and receive the divine communicating, but they mistake it for their own thoughts. So sometimes that can really block the spirit coming through, because as soon as you then deny that or question, oh no, that can't be right, then it almost closes that sort of
Right.
pineal gland, that third eye closes down as soon as you put that doubt in your mind. So yeah, I started to get more and more experiences of passing messages on,
Okay.
giving information that they were confirming was indeed correct. So at that stage, and then I visited a lot of sort of church, spiritual churches, where they would have a medium, they would come to people, and I was often getting people come to me saying, right, you have you have mediumship, and I'd be like, yeah, well, I thought so, but thank you for confirming it. So yeah, it's just and it built from that, and then in that period of my life, I really did sort of look, I suppose, explore all things spiritual, all things to do. And I'd always had, because we were a spiritual family, I'd always had tarot from the age of 15, where my sister got a new pack and then someone gave her a different pack that she preferred. She gave me her old pack. So from a very young age, we are a spiritual family. We've always talked about the esoteric. It's always been open with my grandmother's stories, and her experiences. So then this was really opening up for me, and I just went into it more and more, and it became something that was really, really helpful for me in recovering from the shock of losing her, for helping adjust to her not being in my life. So but unfortunately I was in an environment where it just wasn't really accepted. I was working in the city in London. That wasn't accepted there. People didn't talk about it. People thought you were crackers if you did. There was a big, I think it was kind of post 60s, post 70s, there was a big suppression of spiritual belief, religion in this country, and you were very much discouraged from that type of I suppose following it.
Right.
Because the government wanted the full control. They didn't want anybody having their own well,
Beliefs.
they don't want, and they still don't, they don't want that access to the divine.
Right.
They don't want people having their own sovereignty, because then they'll do what they think is right instead of what they're told.
Right. Right.
And I think that's the thing in this world, in this age. We are now learning that they don't have our best interests, and we are returning back
Shock.
to that.
Yeah. Shockingly, people are in mass, like shockingly
Yeah,
realizing.
yeah, waking up left, right, and centre, and just saying, no, I'm going to seek my own sovereignty, and do what's right for me, and not what you're telling me, because you've proved yourself to be liars, really.
Yeah.
So that continued, and then I but it was still very prevalent. But then I left banking and I went to work in the courts. I worked at the Old Bailey as a courtroom manager, so I would assist the judge and get everybody together and administrate the hearings, and that was in the criminal court, obviously in the Old Bailey. And because of the history in the place and the sort of collective energies within the place, it's not love and light in there, let's face it.
I guess
So,
not. Yeah.
so monthly, weekly murder trials, all kinds of paedophiles and violence, everything dark walked in that door. So
Yeah.
so therefore I had an innate sort of feeling, I need to protect myself from this
All of.
environment. This is
Yeah.
not somewhere I can be open spiritually.
Right.
And also they are, it's an environment where it's still mocked. The esoteric is still mocked. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's been a long time. I left there I went on for a year to the Royal Courts of Justice to do the criminal appeals. And then I left there to have my children in 2015. So we've got, 11 years now. It may have changed, but it was very much, anything esoteric was completely mocked, because they're dealing with facts, and they're dealing with, and there's an understandable sort of rejection of that, but at the same time, yeah, it was just not something I talked about. So it was suppressed within me. But I did, used to glance, see out the corner of my eye, see people sitting in the gallery that weren't really there, and I would walk in the back corridors, and I would get wafts of, let's call it, well, before the Old Bailey building that's there now, this old part and new part, there's one built in I think it was finished in 73. Then the older part was finished in 1902, I think, or is it 1910? 1910,
Yeah.
I think it was. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
so, but before that, going back to the medieval times, there's
Yeah.
always been a court and the yard where they would hang the people or execute the people.
Yeah.
There was a jail underneath, and so let's just say I would pick up the smells from the jail.
Yeah. Oh
Quite unpleasant.
gosh. Yeah.
And I did have a little lad who used to pop in and stand next to me, and of course he would have been lower to the floor, and the jail smells obviously were on his clothes, and I could really smell him.
Really?
He would just come in and stand next to me, and so I'd be like, and then there's also, I used to walk through the corridor and I would smell the floral smells. So jail fever broke out in I think it was the 1700s. Jail fever broke out because the court used to be above the jail, and back then they used to think that that disease came from smell. It was airborne. So the judges used to hold a posy of flowers,
Oh.
so that they would smell the flowers and not smell any of the jail smells, so that they would not fall ill.
Oh my goodness. Is that where Bring Around the Rosie comes? Is that?
Posies, yeah, they would walk around, and they still have ceremonies now where they open the courts. The courts sit in session, and they will all come in with their posies.
Oh my
And
goodness.
sometimes the judges will give them to their ushers, or give them to their clerk. But not, you'd have this little posy. It was lovely. It was lovely, little tradition. But that stemmed back from jail fever. So yes, I'd be walking along the corridor, and I would have a big waft of flowers.
Right.
So that, but apart from those sorts of encounters, I very much repressed my spirituality. And then I went on and got pregnant. And someone once told me, yeah, don't channel, don't do anything don't do mediumship when you have a baby, because then they can get into the baby. And I'd worked so hard to get pregnant, and it was such an amazing experience to finally find out I was pregnant. So I wasn't doing anything. I mean, I didn't have a cup of tea. I had, everything was caffeine free. I was just like, nothing's going to stop these babies coming out, because I found out I had twins.
Oh.
So yeah, I was sort of really, really careful. But then one time we were visiting I think that was around the 1700s, and that built called a small area in southeast London, Charlton House.
Uh-huh.
And so and at one time, during the First World War, it became a hospital
Uh-huh.
for the injured soldiers, and of course that was sort of in the trenches. Anyway, it was an open day, so we went, and I was pushing the kids in the pram, and I just pushed them outside into the garden. And as I walked out into the garden, I heard a cacophony of male voices screaming, shouting, chaos, roar. And it was so powerful, it knocked me for six, because I had really repressed everything. Everything had been, tight lid on it and kept
Yeah.
down. But this was totally involuntary because I can say, right, not today, thank you, and they won't come in. And then I go, right, anything, open up. It's a very strange feeling, but it does feel like I'm opening a portal and listening. Anyone who wants to pop in will come in, and then I'm like, okay, then close the portal.
Okay.
But this was like someone just wrenched that portal open, and
Oh,
and
okay.
and and that information was coming in. So that was a surprise. Obviously, I'd had the children by then, so it was okay, safe.
Hmm.
But I really felt like woken again. It was a reawakening.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's coming back in whether you like it or not. So I was like, oh, okay then.
Here we
So
go.
yeah, here we go again. So that was fine. But having I think at the time they were sort of maybe a few months old, 8 months old, something like that. But having young babies, it was all time consuming. Everything was but there were slow things, and if I saw friends, they'd be like, oh, can you tell me, am I going to meet someone, things like that. So you would have
Right.
lots of these sorts of things. I am the sort of person that people tend to come and talk to.
Right.
So they'll reveal their secrets, or so it just happened. People used to come for advice, or they'd come just to, oh God, this is happening, and because I am a listener. I am a listener. So so it was all growing, and through life adversity is, there's been lots of things that have happened, and
Hmm.
just one of the things that was incredibly hard was the infertility that I experienced.
Right.
Um, that was very, very hard because I did feel always that I always wanted to be a mother. And so then it was, now I understand it was a life purpose. That was something I was like, right, I'll come down, I'll have some babies, I'll help them help with the awakening, uh, you know. Um, so so then yeah, I think it was gathering momentum.
Yeah. So through
But
those years, you learned. You still like underneath all of the everyday like this life that you had. Did you keep an awareness of of who you were? Like it was still there, humming around.
it was growing and growing, but it
Hmm.
wasn't really until then the children went to school. 5 years old, they went to school.
Hmm.
And I had a massive burst of creative energy. So, and I put that into, we moved. So I put that into decorating and making an environment that I loved and that was inspiring.
Hmm.
But then I I'd done that, and then I started to drop. I dropped. I had a difficult relationship. I was feeling incredibly isolated, and I
Hmm.
started to drop. And I felt like that, but I mean, people talk about the dark night of the soul,
Yeah.
and I think that is probably a good explanation or good description of what I experienced, and that was probably from about 2023. But what I started doing was I started to listen to near death experiences,
Hmm.
and it really, really gave me strength and hope and opened me up so exponentially. Really, it was really a massive growth thing because I was
Hmm.
starting to just see more and understand more about
Hmm.
how spirituality is. It's how the ascendant masters are, how my upbringing with Christianity, how that fed in,
Hmm.
and how that Jesus was. I always thought, yeah, I think he's a real person, but this was something that was really sort of coming in, that people were meeting him, and they were, and then it helped me settle in about what was real, and everything was resonating. It was resonating. I wasn't hearing anything thinking.
It's like remembering.
I was remembering. I
Yeah.
was remembering. And so that is a massive thing now. I'm able to decipher information through remembering rather than, and then things, I'm not just watching something and they're saying something and I'm going yes, yes, yes to everything, because then they'll pop
Right.
something in and I'll go, that doesn't, no, that's not right. That's not right. I don't remember that bit. So, so yeah, so, and then what I started to learn, I was so, I was so low and so down that I was begging, please take me. I just want a near death experience so I can experience that feeling of love, that feeling of being protected and encompassed. But then over the last 2 years, so I'd say there was a good year to 2 years of, sort of hoping, wanting, growing my knowledge, growing my ability to decipher. And then sort of I reached a point where I realized that I was just hearing constantly. It was always there, it was always open. And so where I'd before felt that when my grandmother passed, she joined my grandfather, they were my guides, and people used to talk about their guides, and they would say, "Oh, my guide's a Native American Indian." I think, "Oh, how lovely! Why haven't I got a Native American Indian?" Like, it'd be lovely to have something like that, just to say, "Oh, my guide," because it just felt really special. But what I did realize is that those guides that were coming in to help me with certain areas with my first great awakening were sort of now not necessarily needed, and now I was channeling directly from my higher self.
Yes. That's where
And
you
I
want to be.
So once I realized that I was connected directly to my higher self, the choices I made, the things that I objected to, no, you're not doing that anymore. No, my boundaries became so much firmer. And I think boundaries are incredibly difficult if you're a sensitive, empathic, compassionate soul.
Yes. Yes.
Boundaries are so hard because the first thing is, don't hurt this person, don't damage this person, help this person feel good, help this person feel loved. And so you mistake putting in your boundaries for something that's going to hurt them, when in actual fact it'll help them by knowing how not to do any damage to you and have to deal with the consequences. So that was a massive, massive part of my awakening, is learning boundaries, learning that I have the same rights not
Yes.
to be hurt, not to be violated, and for my
Yes.
boundaries to be respected as that other person is. So it's and that's a growing thing, because it's a balance. Life is a balance, isn't it? Everything
Yes,
is
it is.
about balance. The light,
Yes.
the dark,
Yes.
the love, the adversity, everything that you experience in life is a balance of each in order to grow and in order to, really advance.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a massive sort of second jolt of my awakening,
You're
and it
right.
hasn't stopped since those times. It just keeps growing. And then I made some big changes in my circumstances last year. I went through a separation with my partner, and started growing this business. So everything now, it feels like all of those things. And I started to sort of learn more about the Chinese astrology, more about the planet alignments, and about just generally the energies that each of those planets bring in can affect you so much within your body, your 3D body, and
Yeah.
and your light body, your soul, because of the energy.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing we have, the physical energy and the spiritual energy, all when you wash it up, boil it up, chop it up, smooth it out, it's all energy. It's all the same thing. So
Yes.
yeah, so understanding all of that, understanding how I can grow, it just became this big ball of energy that was telling me, you need to share, you need to share this. And I've always loved walking into a room, speaking to someone, knowing I'm walking out and they're feeling better about themselves and their life, or they have an answer to a problem that they might not have been able to solve on their own.
Yeah.
Everything for me, everything for me is so rewarding when I feel I've left a space, I've left a human, I've left a situation better than I found it. So yeah, so and I just started to get a big calling. My higher self was giving me strong messages. You need to get out there. You need to, your face needs to be out there. You need to voice these things. You need to spread these things,
Yes.
because they need to benefit from what you've been through. They need to
Right.
be given an awakening in their own sense, so that they can recognize what they're going through with what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and let the synchronicities come together. So yeah, it was very, very, it feels like a rewarding space, but I feel like I need to share my rewards and help people, feel
Yeah.
better, feel like they're on a better trajectory in life. And
Hmm.
it's a tough life,
It
it's a tough
is.
world. So just if there is someone to help, I'm here to help. I can help. If you want the help, I'm here to help.
That's
So yeah.
fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic because your willingness not to just say, oh, finally I'm getting mine and just settle with that, but now for you to be taking from what's been given and sharing. And as you said, your higher self, your soul now has been activated in so many
Mm,
different areas than before. And so you're going to be able to now take from that abundance and begin to
mm,
share. And
mm.
that's what people will be able to come onto your podcasts and begin to, and are do you also do in person readings or on the
Yes, yes.
phone, or I mean on
Yeah, I
Zoom
can do
calls?
yeah, I can do readings, I can do energy readings, tarot readings, I can do a collection of all of them, for um in a counseling format would be, to just sort of look at what they want to achieve, or I can give readings from spirit, direct from spirit, if someone's hoping to hear. You can't command
Hmm.
spirit to contact,
Yeah.
but you can certainly come to the table and see who is willing to come through for you.
Okay.
I can do the
Can that
tarot
be done?
readings.
Can that be done by calling or by Zoom,
Yeah,
or does
yeah.
it can be? Uh-huh.
Yeah, it can be done as a recording. So if someone was to send me a picture, I can do a recording for them. I can do a live reading. I can do
Okay.
a written reading. So yeah, in any forms, and that's why sort of it's a good sort of, when you expand your understanding
Hmm.
of the other realms,
Hmm.
you can tap in any way, anyhow.
Hmm.
And so I think, whereas a lot of tarot readers will use tarot, to I mean, you can learn the tarot, and you can read the tarot from what you learn, but this one tarot card can have so many aspects of a
Hmm.
message, And then also, if it's upside down, it could be the opposite of that, or it could be that you've moved on from that situation. So
Mm-hmm.
to have to learn intuitive tarot really is the goal. But for me, tarot can be a prompt. I can pick a card and I can, but then I'm off. I'm not looking at the tarot.
Right.
I'm off and I'm
Yeah.
taking it in. I'm reading from the Akashic or obtaining information from the Akashic records. I'm obtaining information from spirit. I'm obtaining information from my spirit guide. Or my higher self. I'm obtaining information from their higher self or their guides or their family that have passed or even their future family, because the energy is all existing at the same
Same
time. So
time, right?
so so yeah, so I try not to I think in the past, when my awareness was more narrow,
Mm-hmm.
and my awakening was more concentrated to an area, I would sort of feel like I needed to read through this particular thing, or channel through this particular thing. Whereas now I don't really differentiate where it's coming from, unless it's spirit who have passed, who have a particular message to bring through to that person for a
Right.
particular reason, that they need to hear from papa, or they need to hear from their mum, or they need to hear from auntie, in order for them to have some kind of personalization and to know that they still are able to connect despite the physical distance. So yeah,
That's fascinating. So, as for right now, from not so much because you're a psychic, but what do you feel that you would be telling people right now in situations that there is a worldwide confusion, questioning, wondering? Is there any kind
absolutely.
of message that you would be feeling that you could give to people, just
Sure.
that?
I mean, I've got a whole big ball of information,
Yes, and that's
that I could, it's sort of never ending for every individual situation. But yeah, that,
yeah.
I think in a nutshell, it's go within. Does this feel right? Does this feel true?
Mm,
Um, and if it feels utterly unjust on
mm-hmm.
either side, we can sit there and we can say, well, selfishly, I would prefer it if that would happen, but it's probably not right on the bigger picture. Or selfishly, I'd like that to happen, but it's going to be bad for that person. Or selfishly for them, it's bad for me. So if we can stand back and look at the bigger picture,
Mm-hmm.
is into we have we have an endemic navigation system
Mm-hmm.
that we have been taught to ignore.
Yes.
And we need to go back within
Mm-hmm.
and understand that the answer is there. But that said, if you are struggling to hear, if you are struggling to believe the sources that you're given,
Mm-hmm.
then seek out alternatives. If you are in a situation where you are, for example, you're in a workplace, or you're in a group setting where things are happening that don't feel right, you don't feel that someone's being treated properly, or you are feeling that you're not treated properly, if you feel that, chances are you're right. So therefore, don't ask that group, don't ask that source, because they
Right.
will tell you that you're wrong.
Yes, of course.
So you go outside, don't and you could, a lot of the time, in my life, even I've felt something's wrong, and I thought, no, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, and this is really not okay. And I have gone to somebody else and they've gone, yeah, no, you're being over the top, you're being over the top. but that doesn't make me feel better. That doesn't relax me. That doesn't align with what I'm feeling. So
Right.
there's still this glaring red light going off saying no, that didn't. So then I would go elsewhere. If I couldn't get that affirmation from someone else, it would stay there until I accepted, no, this is not right. This is not
Yeah.
right. And I accepted myself. And I think for me, the biggest help you can give yourself when you are navigating life, when you are navigating this world, when you are dealing with those sorts of issues, is one, you have to have empathy for yourself, you have to have
Yeah.
compassion for yourself, and you
Yes.
have to accept yourself.
Yes.
Then you can start to trust yourself and believe yourself, because the answers are all in here. And God is within us, the light is within us,
Yeah.
divine is within us. It
Yeah.
is so true. It's all inside us, it's in our soul, it's in our being. And so the answers are there too. And so
Fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah, that is fantastic. It's exactly what we've been saying,
yeah,
and that um, as they come in and be able to share, listen to what you're saying, we'll put up your website, and then
okay,
if they can get in contact with you, because I'm sure people will want to be able to
sure,
get in contact with you as your program develops.
yeah,
You're on YouTube as well. We'll put the
yeah,
links up for that, and so that this is you can hear in your energy
right.
such life and such energy and such joy that I'm
Thank
sure
you.
that that is going to be able to be shared with people who are in the spot where maybe you were, but they need that person, that the place they're in with those people they're with, they are not the people to talk to, but to know that you're here and you're willing, if they can call you up or they can have a consultation with you, to have
100%.
somebody that helps them remember who they are,
Yeah,
remember how to go within, because it's nice to say it, but how? If
yeah,
you've spent your whole life doing the opposite, your inner voice is like gotten very
yeah,
tiny, and
yeah,
it's you're there to help call them up to the
yes,
remembrance. That's what we need. So thank you
yeah,
so much. That's
yeah,
fantastic that you're willing
yeah.
to share that with everyone.
Oh, 100%. And it's my pleasure, but it's also something that's very natural. So it doesn't take a lot for me to do that. It doesn't take a lot for me to share that. So I'm not drained by it. I'm energized by it.
That's when
It's
you know
it's
that's what you were born to do. When it's
yeah, and
done right.
yeah, and that's something that my higher self has made it clear that no, this is one of your, you knew that you were destined to be a mother, and that you needed to be a mother and bring up a couple of the new generation. Well, also you are destined to share your knowledge and experience of how to enlighten and how to ascend, so that
That's fantastic.
and as soon as you ascend, the abundance starts coming in left, right, and center.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So, is there anything else that you want to share today that you think would be appropriate, or something that's inside of you? Don't want you to leave with anything that you feel that you needed to say.
I have so many things to say. I have so much that I love to share, and I am an open person.
Hmm.
Um, I think that there's a big issue right now
Hmm.
about who to trust, and I think that what we have to do is we have to um, be careful where we get our information, question everything,
Hmm.
and the chances are, when you look within the current environment that we have,
Hmm.
within that controlled, oppressive, we're all constantly in need. We're starved of truth. We're starved of everybody is under so much stress from,
Yeah.
that feeling of not having enough.
Hmm.
And so when you're looking for your information. Understand that the ones at the top of the pyramid that are shutting people down, that are ending lives, that are moving out of the way, that are discrediting, if they are being discredited, that top of the pyramid does not want to be off that top of the pyramid and be at the bottom. They want to stay there. So they are taking away the truths one by one and sweeping away those threats. And that's what I would suggest is, if you see someone who is being pounded on by the current structures, the current authorities, they're the ones to listen to and to decipher whether that's true, whether that's not true. The same thing, go within. Is that true? Is that not true?
Hmm.
But do not dismiss them because they are being, told by that top of the
Yeah,
pyramid.
it's almost
Question
like,
it.
yeah, it's almost like if they are being discredited by those people up there, more than likely for a good reason. It's
Yeah.
because the energy, the light that's coming in out from them is causing problems to the people
Uh-huh.
up there.
Uh-huh.
So we have to
Also,
be willing to do that.
sure. And also, I think a lot of empaths, a lot of people now who are really sort of geared up to genuinely, truthfully share their souls, not spout stuff that sounds good.
Hmm.
Genuinely bare their souls of how they have learned and how they are channeling that light. um, they are the ones that will be oppressed, and they will try. But this is where you feel that actually what they are doing is what you've done, you've had all your life you have tried to show people, say people, talk your truth, and those people will find that this will resonate. They've always been shut down. Unless they had an incredible network around them, they've always been shut down. Be quiet. My friend always says, my dad used to say,
Oh, that's a bad sign. Yeah,
because she used to be talking truth, she used to be
yeah.
talking spirit, and he used to say, no, 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 no.
Wow.
So, and this is what you find is the people now that are bringing the truth to light have
Yeah,
often experienced this throughout their life,
yeah.
that
And
they're
now's the
told
time to not be shushing anymore. The
no more
young
silencing.
people, yeah, the young people, the children are asking what is going on, and somebody of with a sense, a bit of common sense, good spiritual sense, needs to be able to share with them.
Yeah.
Because if you just the media that they've been listening to has been lying to them,
Mm,
and they
mm,
are becoming aware of it. But now what we want to do, even with welcoming you to Forever Free, to share
oh
freely
yes. Mm,
without having to, quiet yourself. Share freely, because
yeah.
this is what these young people need to hear today.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's the thing, is there's still this is why this Forever Free TV is so valuable, because you can speak your truth, because there is still, despite platforms like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all those things, we have this illusion that there is free speech, but in
Until you say
fact
something.
the shadow banning, the banning of videos, and the control that is still going on within those platforms is incredible. So the more we can get our honest truth out there
We
um,
have
on
to. We
mm,
have to.
o- on our platforms, that's it. Truth
And
always.
together, because that's one of the things they have sought to divide us. And while
Yeah.
I don't agree with, I don't like the color of your skin, or I don't like
Mm,
that you say this word and that word, but what you're saying is go within yourself. What does it
mm,
resonate? Are they talking from a place of joy and wanting?
right.
Then don't, what we need to do, the good people, the people that have light and have a good, better understanding, come together. When
Mhm.
we divide ourselves, that gives them the opportunity to
Yeah,
run havoc. So we have to.
absolutely.
That's
I
what
mean, that
this is about.
absolutely divide and rule is
Yeah.
it has been the tactic. Let's
hmm
unite and
Yeah.
conquer our own, our own way by getting together, by supporting each other, by being truthful, by opening up that that channel where we can get stronger and full of light.
Yes, and that will counteract. We have to have a balance. And so
Right.
that's when we started this out. Holly said, we have to take back control of the narrative. Our narrative
Yes.
has been dispelled. Is this
Mm,
what we really want? This is what we really think?
no, of
No, we want to have
course not.
families. We want to have light. We want to have our children be happy and cared for.
Mm,
That's what
mm,
we want. So we
mm,
have to take back that narrative and not just
right.
let it keep going. And we
No.
have the opportunity. So thank
Yes.
you so much, Sarah, for
Thank you so
sharing today,
much.
for joining with us. I know it's going to be a fantastic journey. I just
Oh,
have
yeah.
a good feeling
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
And
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've thoroughly enjoyed chatting to you today. It's been so lovely. I love your
yeah.
energy. I love
Oh,
your
it's so
energy.
much fun. I'm so glad that we
Oh,
were able to
it's
do that.
bumpy.
That's the
He's
first of
bumpy.
many conversations. And so
Yeah.
we want to encourage, if you're watching and you want to come and join with us, this is a good time.
Yeah.
We're here, we're at the beginning. You can
Absolutely.
have your input. You don't have to be a podcaster, but there's many other avenues. Think of all the stuff that's on YouTube. We can
Mm,
facilitate any of those kind of shows here,
mm,
and you will be able to go to Roku TV, and we have an app on iPhone and Android. So any place that somebody has a phone or the laptop, any of those places that are being bombarded with garbage, we can bombard with light. We can
mm,
be aggressively joyful, happy,
mm,
powerfully let the light and the energy shine out. And as we
mm.
see today, thank you so much for sharing with us. We're going to put the links. Uh, we'll put the links onto the the um, the stream that we're doing right now, and starting in March, at least weekly for now, you're going to have your, tell us again, soul word.
Sun, sunward
Sun,
ascension
sunward
towards the
ascension.
sun.
Sun. That's right. Sunward
Towards the
ascension.
sun.
Right.
Sunward
And we're going to
ascension.
be able to walk with you in the areas
Mm.
that you feel that we should, and it's going to be fantastic. So
Oh, I think
thank you
so.
for sharing with us today. And I think that's about all we have to do for right now. Don't you
Okay,
think we
thank you
covered
so
it?
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think 100%. I would just say
Mhm.
Roku seems to be this great platform because they're really they're growing and they're also really open to this type of content where it's
Absolutely.
the freedom of the creator. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's
great.
fantastic. And that goes into about 90 more million homes around the world.
Wow.
The potential is there. And
Yes.
so, it, like right now, we are coming together, but we have to understand it's freedom right now. So
Yeah.
let's take advantage of what's available. Don't like, oh, well, let's see what's going to. No, we have this opportunity right now. Let's go for it and run with it.
Take it and
Okay?
run.
Yeah,
Definitely.
fantastic. So thank you very much. And
Thank you.
we will see you on your podcast. And thank
Great.
you all for joining us. And we're going to say bye bye for now. Okay. So we'll wrap it there, and
Okay.
I'll stop the record,
Mhm. I
and then
loved that conversation. I love your energy, Roxy. You're brilliant. I love it.
Oh,
I
good.
feel we're so aligned with, you know, when you're talking about stuff, and I'm just like, oh my God, yes, my God, yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, because I mean, obviously we haven't met before, but the energy pattern just goes,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I,
right, Sarah. Just keep
that's
going,
it. Yeah,
Sarah. That's right.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
because in all essence, in all honesty, I've been saying there's got to be other people, and
yeah.
my thought is they, in my mind, it's just Roxanne. If you build it, you know that movie. If you build it, they will
Right.
come. But you got
Yeah.
somebody's got to
Start.
hold, yeah, and hold down a spot because I've
Yeah,
been in different situations where everybody's going, we got to do something, we got to do something, we got to do
yeah,
something, and there's a lot of talking, but
yeah.
what do we have that we as the good people can hone in on? We
Mm,
can't keep on going because what's going to happen with YouTube? Because I was there since like 2005. I have an ongoing YouTube banned, release banned situations, right?
yeah,
I was there when Facebook first started. It was a lot freer
yes,
back then until now.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so it can't, the message, why I did all of the things that I've done with websites and all that, it's because it got me irritated
yeah,
because I did all the work. I did
yeah.
all the thing. And now you have decided that your word for the day is we can't say dead anymore.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
who
It's
God and
crackers, isn't
made
it?
you and made you God?
It's
Did you
it's
rewrite the dictionary?
crackers. It's
We're now
apps.
unalived, you know,
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because
crackers.
you said so?
Yeah,
No, forget
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I can't.
yeah. Or yeah, exactly. They're banning it, and now we're thinking, right, we've got to speak in code. Yeah, well, that's what they want, isn't it? Speak in code, make it esoteric so no one really understands it. No, we have to change this, definitely. I know, it's so frustrating,
Yeah,
so
so
frustrating.
we don't have to do that anymore
No,
because this is a free world.
mm,
Regardless of
mm.
what they're saying, they don't own. They're not the boss of me.
No, no,
So,
exactly.
so if we will take a stand like how you're doing and just keep on going,
Yeah,
others are going to be drawn. And what's exciting about it is that a fire starts with a
yeah,
little bit of kindling, but then it goes poof. And we're
yes,
right about at the poof moment. So
yes,
I'm very excited about
yes.
that.
I am too.
So
Brilliant.
thank you so much for taking the time and sharing from your
Well, thank you.
heart. And that was very good. And so we'll be able to take that, and the twins will, you know, clip out
Yeah.
anything that was, I don't think anything was, I mean, you just flowed there. So that was fantastic.
I'm getting,
And
I'm flowing more and more, and then yeah, it's like,
yeah, because sometimes people are just so, they're fine, but then the camera goes and it goes and action, and they go and they stiffen
yeah,
quite up.
yeah.
But you just flowed, and that's fantastic. That
Oh,
shows
good.
you again that this is what you've been waiting for.
Yeah, it
All of
does. It,
the- Mhm.
yeah. I think if you took me back a while, I think I would have been a lot more nervous. Whereas I don't really get nervous now. I'm just like, oh, just start and it'll all come out. And I had some terrible times going through terrible times, just sort of really, really tough.
Yeah.
So I won't say too much, but
Yeah.
and so I had terrible anxiety. I used to take sertraline, and it switched off the anxiety, and then I had to come off it,
Hmm.
and that was part of the dark night of the soul.
Hmm.
And so as I came off it, but then it's like that it's never kicked back in. So I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right. Like I
Good.
think,
Yeah.
and lowering my expectations. So if it goes wrong, like I'm doing filming, and then the thing fell down. I was like, oh, and then I did something. The light fell down, crash, and then the dog started barking. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It'll be all right.
Yeah. That's the best way. Keep rolling.
Yeah, keep rolling, keep
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah. It's an exciting moment. It's a
Yeah,
traumatic, terrifying, but exciting at the same.
yeah.
Just have to balance it. And so what,
Balance it,
yeah.
absolutely. Let's counteract what they're
Yeah.
doing with what we're doing. We're coming back
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah. I want there to become a tsunami of
Yes.
joy. That
Yeah.
the darkness is like, oh, we're gonna this. Wait till the tsunami of joy hits them,
Yeah.
and that's what we're gathering. Like it feels like that
Yeah.
the Harukin balls. You gather
Yeah.
that all that this the
Yeah.
energy. I love
It's
that you talk
all
about
coming.
energy.
Yeah. It's all
I love
feeding
energy.
in.
Just go,
Yeah. It's
just let
all
that
coming.
forever free energy just go.
Yeah. Yeah. Forever freedom.
Fantastic. Thank you
Brilliant.
so much.
Oh,
So we're going
thank
to work
you.
on that, and this will be for March, beginning of March. We'll put this
Okay.
first so that
Yes.
everybody can get to know you, and then who knows? We'll start with what we have, but
Yeah.
be open as you're
Yeah.
listening within yourself.
Yeah.
Be free. That's what this
Yeah.
is about,
Yeah.
because the news is day to day. Things are mounting, and we have to
Mm.
be. In the olden days, you would put in a set of videos, and that's it for the season.
Mm-hmm.
That can't work anymore. You have to
No.
be nimble on your toes.
Yeah.
That's what you'll see with us, even with the podcast I do. I have a thing I was going to do, but then if that reaction video, because Bailey was saying that in this day, she's saying to a group of people, what are we going to do? So if
Mm.
we don't address these things, we're going to be over here doing something that maybe worked a few years ago.
Yeah.
We have to face the audience that we're looking at right now and be able to be
Exactly. Yeah.
current and relevant right now.
Yeah. And roll with the changes. Be
Yeah,
adaptable.
yeah. A lot of people
100%.
are not, especially
No.
the bad guys, which is a good thing.
Yes.
The bad guys
Very
are not
rigid.
adaptable.
They like
So,
it predictable, don't they? They like things predictable, set in stone, so they
yeah,
know what's coming.
yeah,
They've not got that ability to,
have to roll with it. But that's
yeah.
to our advantage,
Yeah.
us to be able to be nimble.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's great.
Cool.
Okay, so thank
Okay.
you again.
Yeah.
And well, we'll be online. And
Yeah.
if you ever want to just call me, even call me. Like in the olden
Okay.
days, you used to call people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I have to say I'm better on this than I am with calling. If I'm just on a voice, I can talk, but I struggle with the pause. Like, whereas if I'm seeing you
Right.
and you're going,
Well, it's a video calling, and also we have WhatsApp there,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that's a good
that's really
combination.
good. Yeah, yeah. It's got
I
both,
like
hasn't it?
WhatsApp. I
Yeah,
I struggle with email. Like
yeah, yeah. Me
I'm not
too.
I'm not the best email person.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
So I'm glad for WhatsApp. I'm glad for
Yeah,
video.
yeah, yeah.
I like
And
Restream. Yeah, I like this.
yeah, yeah, it's good. Yeah, definitely. I like the layout as well because Bev does StreamYard, but this
Hmm.
layout, I really like this layout. It's got
Yeah,
a bigger screen as well because the one StreamYard are like that and you can't really see, whereas this
yeah.
one's it's nice and big.
I found Restream comfortable
Yeah,
for my.
Rest-
It's called Restream. Yeah, and
Restream. Yeah,
it's it's they have a free one, and I think this one for me, Canada, it's about 40, 40, $50 a month, but
hmm,
it's worth it for the amount of latitude you have. Like
right.
if even size of screen, like
Yeah,
we could have gone
yeah,
different sizes. You have the choices.
yeah. Oh yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah,
doing different
yeah,
things.
yeah,
You'll be able. It's a good platform for learning on. If you've
yeah,
never done it before, it's an easy learning curve.
yeah. Good layout. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
I found this one. Um, so that's some of the things too on Forever Free. As we get going, we'll be able to come together and exchange ideas,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that to me is the difficulty with YouTube too, because there's a billion people, but you don't get to, as a community, like how can we make our broadcast better? How can we
Right.
I want us to be able to share with one another. This is a tool I'm using.
Yeah.
How does Holly do some of the stuff she does, if you want to include some? I want
Mm.
us as a community to be the best. Like
Yeah.
you'll be able to go, oh yeah, you're from Forever Free TV. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
what you can do. And then you'll be able
sure.
to share that, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So that's what
definitely.
we want to be able to do as a facility, not just for you to be, it's not a YouTube facility, it's more of a community. I'm
Yeah,
building the community out right now so that you can begin to also, with your viewers, you'll be able to have them join
right.
your group
Yeah,
on the community that I'm building right now. And so
right.
your group, your people that come on your channel will be able
Yeah,
to connect with you there and talk to
right.
you. And
Oh,
I
cool.
want it
Yeah,
to become,
yeah.
and then funding wise, if you're selling, or your services, you want
Mm-hmm.
this to be practical so that
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to depend on the advertisers from out there. We
Sure.
become our own
Yeah,
financial, because
yeah,
we have the money, but we just don't know how to create the spaces for it to work for us.
yeah, yeah,
So it's a different way of thinking, perhaps,
yeah,
that people do. But I was in the not for profit world for many years.
yeah,
And I think I'm a social entrepreneur,
yeah.
for profit business with money that is going to stream into what I think is important, which is
Mm,
helping people.
mm,
They have to
mm.
have the combination of things
Yeah.
and the wisdom of the time. So, uh, you are, for me, a blessing to me. Thank you very much, because
And
it
you
means
to me.
3 years ago, me saying, Holly, oh, we don't know anybody, Holly. What are we going to do? Nobody cares what we're saying. And
And
then we
yeah,
just kept building it out and building
yeah,
it out.
yeah. We
So,
just weren't connected. That was all.
right.
Hey, now we are.
Thank you to Beverly and for all
Yeah,
she's doing. And
yeah,
as more and more people come together, it's gonna be fun. So thank you
yeah.
again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I thoroughly enjoyed the chat.
Okay, great. So I
Cool.
will see you soon.
See you soon, babes.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
A steady heart keeps time so slow, waiting for the light to show. Every piece will find its place under stars and endless grace. Hope begins in the dark as light breaks through. A tiny spark, the patient heart, so calm and wise, waits for dawn to paint the skies. In stillness, strength begins to grow, like rivers moving deep below, and hope rises strong and true as the dawn wakes life anew. Hope begins in the dark as light breaks through. A tiny spark, the patient heart, so calm and wise,
hands in the dark as light breaks through a tiny spark. The patient heart, so calm and wide, awaits for dawn to paint the sky.
Wow, that was wonderful. If you're still here, I hope you stayed till the end, to the outro. I hope you stayed to the end, to the outro. Thank you, Sara. We're going to get all the information, all of the emails, all of that, and put it onto Forever Free Media, foreverfreetv.com. It'll be at the bottom of that, all the information for Sara. And also, as this is just the beginning to introduce Sara, and then she already has a number of videos to add. And as I said in that podcast, I am working on the community, and we need to sneak into showing you some of it on, which would be tomorrow. We're going to foreverfreemedia.com and begin to gather our bundles to migrate into our new home. It's an adventure. Pray for me as I pray for you. Yes, AI is very helpful, but there's still a lot of that has to go into this. So I'm very excited that you were able to stay all the way through. If you have, make sure you share this with someone. Join me tomorrow. I will meet you back down at the corner, because hope begins in the dark, but light. Because my name is Roxanne, Dawn of Day. Dawn of Day. Time for light to shine. Okay? Have a good rest of your day. We didn't play something new today, so let's end with that. As you go into the rest of your day, let's remember to do something new, because as we continue to do these new things, we will continue to be strengthening our soul, and then this will come much, much easier, much, as we strengthen our souls. Okay? So I'll see you tomorrow, down at the corner at noon PST. Have a great rest of your day. Love you guys. Okay? Let me see something. Let's try something new. Why not?
I've been told, and it is true, when all seems lost, do something new, something small not done before, can open up the wonder door. Inside you'll find your soul renewed, a spring of life now flows through you, that spills to others, and they'll find too that they can now do something new. Something else, that's something new, not
take that chance. A leap of faith. Your soul is the key to open the gate. Something else, that's something new, not something that is tried and true, but something that your soul can find. A feeling, not a state of mind. That's something new. Take a chance and you will see your soul will grow immediately. Once you've tried it, you'll agree that something new will set you free. I've been told, and it